Are you always playing catch up around the house, trying to clean out backpacks or put away things in lunchboxes or clear away the stuff that you put on the stairs hoping somebody might pick it up and put it away? Maybe you struggle to find time to do the dishes or vacuum or pay the bills or update your family schedule. It's quite possible you're frustrated with the growth of your business because you feel like you're always going, but you're not necessarily working. And I would venture to guess that there's a very good chance that you are probably ignoring one of the most important blocks of time that you need as a busy business-owning mom: when you will take care of you. If you're like many of the ADHD moms that I work with, you simultaneously are thinking, there's just not enough time, and where does all the time go? Which is why for week 3 of Back to School Prep, we are going to talk about scheduling blocks for those all-important tasks and projects that will help keep you, your family, your home, and your business humming along. But before we dive into today's timely topic, allow me just a minute to introduce myself in case you are new to the ADHD Mompreneur. My name is Christy Lingo, and I am an executive function and accountability coach for ADHD mom business owners. I started working with ADHD populations in 2009 when I started my first business as a professional organizer. I joke that I went from helping busy moms to organize their stuff to helping busy moms to organize their tasks and time. If you'd like to learn more about my services and how I might be able to support you in your journey as an ADHD mom entrepreneur, be sure to stop by my website at theadhdmompreneur.com. And while you're there, pick up my free essential checklist for ADHD mompreneurs. I based these 11 checklists on the tasks that many of us business owners regularly tackle, with the goal of helping you to know all the steps and remember where you left off in case you get interrupted. So be sure to stop by theadhdmompreneur.com today to check out my services and pick up your free essential checklists. It is a cold, hard fact that the time that you need to complete tasks or projects is never going to magically appear, especially for us busy moms. And if there isn't a specific block on your schedule that's labeled around to it, there's a very good chance you are not going to get around to it. Which is why we're discussing different blocks that I suggest you add to your schedule so that you do have the time to keep up with your house, your family, your business, and yourself. And since last week we focused on updating your schedule and making sure all of the activities or important appointments are on there, you should have a pretty good idea of where you may have some availability for these blocks. If you missed last week's episode, you can catch up by following the link in the show description or by searching for my Sync and Schedule episode. And I realize that everyone's family schedule is going to be a bit different. Some families will be very consistent with the same blocks available week after week, and others will vary greatly. What I want to emphasize is that it's not necessarily about consistently scheduling these blocks at the same time every week, but more about making sure that you are regularly putting them on the calendar so you have specific time available so that you can keep up with all the things. So let's dive into the 5 task blocks that I recommend you regularly add to your schedule. Up first, the reset block. Does it feel like once school starts, you are always playing catch up around the house? I mean, does anyone actually have time to keep up with everything? That's why I recommend building a regular reset day into each week. Block out a specific time each week where your family can get together and you can focus on things like cleaning out backpacks or emptying lunch boxes or putting away the laundry or clearing all the junk mail off of your kitchen counter. Hitting the reset button will make the next week feel so much more bearable. And remember, it's less about cleaning, we'll get to that next, and more about hitting the reset button so things like papers and clothes and stuff don't pile up around the house to the point where they become overwhelming. Next, the housework block. Whether you are team cleaning is awesome or team cleaning sucks, you're going to be much more likely to maintain your living space if you have a specific time on the calendar each week to do so. Unlike the reset block, which is more about picking things up and putting things away, the housework block is about actual cleaning. Think the bathrooms, the vacuuming, and cleaning out all of the leftovers and rotting produce in the bottom drawer of your fridge. And remember, you don't have to do this all yourself. Pick a weekend morning when everyone is home and dedicate 30 minutes to cleaning up the house. Or maybe your family would do better with a regular 10-minute cleaning session each night. Whatever works best for your family, the most important thing is to get a cleaning block on the schedule and make sure that everyone knows about it. Next, the life admin block. There's a whole host of administrative tasks involved in managing your family life. There are bills to pay and accounts to balance, parties and holiday events to plan and gifts to purchase, meals to plan and grocery lists to write, appointments to book from doctors and dentists to hair and nails. And what about all those lessons or teams or camps that you need to register your kids for? Short of hiring a house manager to make sure that all your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed when it comes to your home administrative tasks, scheduling a specific block of time for you to work on these admin tasks can go a long way in making sure that your bills are paid on time, there's plenty of food in your cupboards for everyone to eat, and that your kid doesn't miss out on that soccer camp for the third summer in a row. Next up, the work block. It was much easier for me to run my business before I had kids. I learned very quickly that I was going to need to be super intentional with my time if I was going to make sure that I got everything done that needed to be done, along with maybe even having time for the things that I wanted to do. That's why if you want to see growth and success in your business, you are going to need to know realistically how much time you have to dedicate to building your business each week. Knowing how much time you have available can help you block out specific time to work on those tasks and projects that are going to help you to see the success that you desire in your business. And finally, the self-care block. The most important thing that you can do to make sure that your transition back to school goes smoothly is to make sure that you are taking care of you. I get that we all have so many balls up in the air that we are trying to juggle when it comes to our house and our family and our business. But in the end, if mama ain't feeling happy and fulfilled, then nobody is going to feel happy and fulfilled. Which is why it is super important for you to take a look at your schedule and figure out when you can block out time so that you can fill your cup. It could be something you do regularly, like getting up and exercising a couple of mornings a week. Or it could vary week to week, like lunches with friends or date nights with your spouse. It's not about what you're doing that's important. It's about making the time to take care of you on a regular basis. And what about you? Are there blocks of time that you put into your schedule that I didn't address today that you find help keep you and your family humming along? Maybe there's a task block you've been meaning to incorporate but just haven't had a chance to yet, but you think it would be a really good idea. I'd love to know what is working for you or what you hope would work for your family. Be sure to share your task block suggestions in the comments below. And while you're commenting, go ahead and hit the like, follow, or subscribe button so you don't miss any of my upcoming episodes of the ADHD Mompreneur, like next week, which is our final week for back to school prep. We'll be discussing ways you can set yourself up for a successful school year, from forecasting expenses to getting organized to people you can hire or ask for help to lessen your load. Until then, Keep making your ADHD journey part of your success story. If you're a business-owning mom with ADHD, you're going to need to grab my free, customizable essential checklists for ADHD mompreneurs by visiting bit.ly/checklists for ADHD mompreneurs or by following the link in the episode description. Do it now before you forget. Until next time.